Okay, news it or lose it. April the 12th, 2022, Tuesday. Okay, guys, we're just trying to look out for you guys here. We're not ideologues, meaning we're not going to take sides, independent, Republican, Democrat. We want to get everything out in the open and discuss it and come up with ideas, solutions. How about that? Solutions. Okay, today, 8.5% inflation. 8.5% inflation. That is the highest in 40 years. Now, the Biden administration, they essentially have no solution. Why, I don't know, but they're just going with this Green Deal situation. And, they released the oil from the strategic reserve. So that oil will go to the refiners, oil companies, and then they'll send it out to the gas stations and then we consume it. But the prices have stabilized a little bit, but that's only temporary. I mean, we go through a lot of oil in this country. So we're the most successful economy in the history of the world by far. So it's just a Band-Aid. Okay, Jen Psaki, she's the Republican and Democrat reporters ask, from those leaning right, left-leaning papers, ask her about these issues, and she doesn't say anything. There's no solution. They call it the Putin price hikes, which that's not the case. In part, yeah, the oil went up because of Russia, but it was going up way before the invasion, and you can look up on record that. So she's just a puppet. McClain and the other people that are running, his name is Klain, not McClain, Klain, advisor to Biden and these other advisors are telling her what to say. So anyway, the border is in collapse. There's a lack of law enforcement, lack of border patrol. Title 42 is still up in the air. Both Republicans and Democrats are screaming at the White House not to end Title 42, which is a CDC that will allow illegals to come in without and be unvaccinated and sent into the country. That's ridiculous because we've got a spike now in LA and Philadelphia. So it just seems like insanity to me from my point of view. Biden administration is talking about skin color opportunities. They want to give people by skin color and gender fluidity. That means obviously the color of your skin and your gender. So I'm assuming that means straight, gay, pansexual, bisexual, all that stuff over my head. If you guys want to comment on it, please do. I believe the person should be promoted if they work hard based upon merit, and if they have the right skills for that position, or they're willing to get them. Determination, right? Determination. As far as people's views on politics, guys, remember, people believe what they want to believe. You can show some people lots of facts, and they won't believe it about a certain person, candidate, or whatever. So, in 2019, there was 977,000 encounters at the border under the Trump administration. In 2022, it's 1.7 million, 1,784,686. So there's an explosion. It's estimated to drop Title 42, there's going to be 20% of the country will have illegals. That's high. That's just insane. The Republicans going to get in, send them back, and then those countries that sent them here, we should deduct any money that we give to them. We should deduct the fee that send those people back, and all the costs that it costs to house them. I mean, some people have legitimate gripes about their country, they're being persecuted, then they can come here. And then, of course, we have regular, normal immigrants that, file the paperwork and all that. So they come here legally. So that's all I want. I want things to be legal. I don't want to be given money. We can't support the world. We can't support all the world's crises and wars and all that. Can't do it. We don't have the money. Rasmussen poll, very, very good poll. It says 52% of the people surveyed said Biden's handling of the economy was poor. That was 33% polled Republican, 33% Democrat, and the rest independent. Crime in New York City, the guy shot up one of the train cars there, subway. So he's still on the run, and now they got a guy's named Frank. He rented a supposed U-Haul that was involved in all this. It was a sole shooter, threw 2 gas grenades too. I mean, 2 smoke grenades and then started shooting. So this was planned. The guys from Philadelphia, they're not saying he's the one, but they're saying this guy's from Philly. He threatened the mayor of New York City as well. They're both black. And he complained on Facebook that he didn't like the homeless in New York. So he's still on the run. That's as of 7:54 in the evening, Eastern time. Ukraine, Biden finally calls Ukraine a genocide. It was called about 2 weeks ago by Zelensky and others. Seems like with Biden, you have to push him to the finish line. It takes him like 2 weeks to get something done. As far as you better ask him now if you want something in 2 weeks. The Ukrainians better start asking for more weapons now, because that new general that Putin gave the war to this new general who's a general in Syria who was known as a butcher, killed a lot of civilians there, and he's going to be running the war in the east. It's all in the east now. Ukrainians have pushed them out. So there's going to be there's a lot more young Russians that are supposedly being sent there to mass up. It's going to be a heck of a battle there. So President Zelensky of Ukraine better start asking now for the tanks and more missiles, more javelins, more Stingers, everything. And they still need those MiGs. They still need more. They got some of the S-300 missile defense systems. They need more though to stop all the civilian missiles. Those S-300s can stop. And the MiGs can also stop the planes and the artillery batteries that are shooting off those missiles that are killing all these civilians in the cities in Ukraine. January 6th committee, they still haven't charged President Trump. He's got a tax investigation, an investigation in New York. It's been 3 years now. And all these investigations say they have evidence, and there's no charges. So this is scary in this country. No political side should be doing that. Republicans get back in power. You can't just go after people and make up stuff. If they have evidence, present it to us. Let's see it. If they don't, go away. You're wasting taxpayer money. Let's see. There's a new movie coming out. Dinesh Souza's coming out. It's called 2,000 Mules. It's about cell phone data collected from satellites that shows how all the ballot boxes were stuffed. And there's video. I saw some of the video in all these swing states. Wisconsin, Arizona, Georgia. Yeah, I saw it. It's amazing. We need to see that movie. Everybody needs to go see that movie so we can see the facts. Let's see. Monica Crowley has a new podcast out. She does it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it's pretty good. She tries to be pretty independent like myself. She'll rip a Republican or Democrat or an independent for being a dope or making the wrong decision or not being informed when they vote, whatever. And that's good. She's saying the Democrats are Marxist and the Republicans aren't fighting hard enough. So there's a few Republicans that fight, but they need to get that party solid and, let's get things on the road. There's too many swamp creatures. We keep hearing that swamp, the DC swamp. Too many swamp creatures still out there. We're still in Holy Week. Human betrayal in the USA is on the rise. Loyalty, fidelity, honesty. Boy, it's a mess out there, isn't it? People are just not as loyal as they used to be. So remember this week, Judas, one of the disciples, betrayed Jesus. So that happened this week. So remember about betrayal, people letting you down, people betraying you, going against you. It's shocking. In this day in history, FDR died at 63. He was considered one of the best presidents. He was in office 12 years. The Congress later changed that. Could only do 2 terms. But he inherited a mess from Hoover. Hoover did nothing during the Depression, and people were dying of suicide. It was awful what he was doing. So he got in there, and he really... people here didn't want to fight in World War II, but he got people signed up, motivated to go and take care of the Nazis. He knew the Nazis were going to eventually take over as much as they could. So, airline pilots, back to the airlines. The pilots are, there's a labor shortage, but also the vaccine mandate took out a lot of pilots, plus nurses in hospitals. Some of them had to leave. The smart states got rid of the mandate because you lose nurses, you're in big trouble. This whole food scarcity story that you hear in the news, to me, it's kind of thin. I think that I haven't seen much evidence that there's going to be a food shortage in the future. Any questions or comments, please leave them. I'll report more on that as well. And that seems to be enough for now, guys. Thanks for listening. Like and share if you want to. Stay up on the news. Remember, you can make a difference. You got to call your senators. Got to call your mayors. Got to be nice. Be diplomatic. Tell them what you want. You want an efficient government, as low taxes as possible, if that's what you want. So we got to take care of each other in this country. It's very important. No matter whether you're a Christian or an atheist, look out for one another. Be kind to one another. Okay, take care, guys. Thanks for listening.